Hi there everyone, sorry about that if you're just watching. This will be the stream now, okay. Hopefully this will work, if not, who knows, we'll make it work. Okay, so I'm going to start again, just so when people are watching the video, they'll be able to see the full video, okay. So, before I start again, I'll read the disclaimer. So if you're under 18, tell your parents that you're doing the session. Feel free to ask questions and make comments through the video, but stay safe online. So just use your first name only. Don't give out your contact details, and I hope you enjoy today's session. Okay? So, week five. Get your keyboard in front of you, get a water bottle, and I'll get in. I'll go through it quite quickly to start with, because you might just have already seen this. So, week 6 we're on, sorry. So last week we learnt what a rhythm was, we knew the names of musical notes, we learnt what staccato and legato means, we could arrange notes into a rhythm, we could identify a written rhythm after you've heard it, and you could play a rhythm that is written out, and then you learnt how to play Vida La Vida by Coldplay too. Cool. So it is game time. Who saw that coming? Cool. So, first question, what is a rhythm? Is it A, boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats? B, sound removed from time? Or C, sound placed in time? Okay, time starts now. Which one is it? Okay, so time is up, and the answer is C, is sound placed in time. So if you got that, congratulations, you got a point. Well done. Brilliant. So, round 2. What is the note on the screen called? Is it A, a crotchet, B, a quaver, or C, a semibreve? A, B, or C? Crotchet, quaver, or semibreve? Okay. The answer is A. It was a crotchet. So congratulations. If you got that, you get a point. So what is this note on the screen called here? Is it A, a semibreve, B, a quaver, or C, a minim? Time starts now. And the answer is B. It was a quaver. So if you got that, congratulations, you get your point. Hey. How many beats are there in a minim? Okay, so time starts now. Do you remember how many beats fit into one minim? Time is nearly up. And the answer was 2. There's 2 beats that fit into a minim.
Yay.
So if you got that and remember that, congratulations, you get a point again. Okay, so what does this dot above the note indicate? So when you see a dot above a note, something happens. What is that? You tell me. Time starts now. Can you remember what that was? Time is nearly up. And it means staccato. So if you have the dot above the note, you play it staccato, so you get a point. So you go very short and snappy. So I want you to play this rhythm on screen. I'll give you a bit of time to practice, then we'll play it together, okay? So time starts now. Just have a bit of a play with it. You can clap it if you want, or you can play it on the keyboard, play it on a C. It's up to you. Brilliant. So time is up. And this is what it should sound like. So it's on the screen now, and we'll play it together really slowly. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you got that, congratulations, you got a point. If you're clapping it, it sounds like this. So if you got that, well done. You get a point. You've been practicing. Okay, so what is this rhythm? Ooh, sorry, I'll play it again too. So it's the same we had last week. If you couldn't hear that, it's like this. Or what is that rhythm? Okay, so time starts now. Can you tell me what that was? I'll play it again. A, B, or C. So try and follow it as I play it if you want. Which one makes sense there? So the answer was B.
Yay.
Because it had the staccato notes on the da, do, da, do, if you hear that. So if you got that, congratulations again, you get a point. Now we've got a bit more of a complicated rhythm on the screen, so I'll have a bit more time, but try and play it. If you don't get it, don't worry. And will you get this? And we'll play it together as we've just done. Sorry, I'm getting my words jumbled up. Can you play this rhythm? Time is starting now. Time is up. It should sound like this. Oh, this is my practicing now. Okay, so we'll do it really slow again on the C. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's I believe. So did you get that right?
Yay.
If you did, congratulations, you get a point. Okay, and can you play Vida La Vida with me? Hey, hey. So I'm not going to sing, I'm just going to play the part. Can you remember it? So there's the rhythm on the screen, there are the chords, if you want the help. I've got the hands the right way around this time, I believe. Okay, so, is that it? Okay, so, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Brilliant, so if you remember that, that's great. So good job everyone. If you're struggling with that at all, the links to the other sessions were in there. That was all last week. So if you missed it and you wanted to learn that, or if you just want to go over it again, feel free to click on the link and go over it. It might help you. Brill. So let's start this week. Week 6, today we're going to keep looking at rhythm, and we're going to look at more complicated rhythms. So it's further rhythm today. So last week we saw this, we had the dot above the note. We just had it in the quiz, in the game time. We said it meant staccato, but we're going to look at this now, when the dot is next to the beat. What does that mean? What does that mean? That's you watching the screen. What does that mean? Okay, so this becomes a dotted note. What a dotted note is, it is essentially, oh look at that snazzy transition. It's the note plus half of its value. So I'll go into that a bit more, show you what I mean. So if we take this, a minim for example, it's 1, 2, 1, 2, it's got 2 beats in a minim. But if we put the dot there next to it, it's no longer 2 beats. So when we look at it, we do it like this. So the value of it equals 2 beats for the minim, plus 1 beat, which is half of the 2 beats for the dot. So together, it will make 3 beats. So a dotted minim will sound like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, like that. It's got 3 beats in it. There it is. So you can do that the same with other notes. You've got the one on the screen here, you've got a crotchet. And remember that's a 1 beat, so 1, 2, 3, 4. But if we make it a dotted crotchet, it's no longer 1 beat. So we've got the 1 beat for the crotchet plus the half a beat for the dot. So it becomes 1.5 beats, which is kind of cool. So it'll be like 1, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Something like that. It's quite hard to count and do it in my head like that, but it becomes 1.5 beats. And this is really useful if you want to make rhythms that kind of using beats of 3 or joining things together. It just adds more variety to what you can write down and play. Okay, so last time I was saying you can't break up what was in the box. It just couldn't be done. Everything would collapse. But what if there was a gap of silence in your rhythm? What if you were playing something like do 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 do? You hear there's that big gap in the middle. What do you do with that? So with that, you use things called rests, which is quite self-explanatory really. And this is what they look like. They look a bit confusing, but I'm going to make it a bit simpler for you now. So remember last week we looked at the notes and the values. Each of the notes has an equivalent rest. So if you see here, you get a semi-breve rest, crotchet rest, quaver rest, minimum rest. I think the harder ones to kind of remember the difference between are the semi-breve rest and the minimum rest. So the way I do that is a semi-breve is 4 beats and a minimum is 2 beats. So 4 beats is a higher value, so the line is higher than the block. A minimum is 2 beats, which is lower value, so the line is lower than the block. That's how I remember it. Okay, so try and get to know them a bit more, and we'll go through them a bit with this. So, oh, look at that. Yeah, there you go. They're the equivalent rhythms. So, as we've got dotted notes as well, we could also get dotted rests. You don't really see them that much, but it's worth knowing about. So, same principle again. This is a dotted a minimum rest. It is, yes, a minimum rest. But if you put the dot next to it, it's no longer 2 beats as it would be before. It is, as you can imagine, 2 beats for the rest, and then plus half of that, which is 1 beat for the dot, and it becomes a 3 beat rest. So 3 beats of silence. So, the screen has gone dark. What does that mean? We all know what this means. It is indeed game time. That's coming out very loud from my speakers. I don't know if you can hear that as loud as me, but it's game time, everyone. So what is a dotted note? We've just gone through it. Is it A, a note drawn with a dotted outline? Is it B, the note plus half of its value? Is it C, just a thing, it doesn't mean anything, I've just made it up? Okay, so time starts now. So A, B, or C? Will you get it? Time is up. A, B, or C? What did you get? The answer is B. It is the note plus half of its value. We got keyboard Katie back. So, how do you recognise a dotted note? This is probably the easiest question because it's almost in the name, but still, A has a dot next to it, B it doesn't have a dot next to it, or C it both does and does not have a dot next to it at the same time. Will you get it? That's right, I've watched at least one episode of The Big Bang Theory to know enough about Schrodinger's theory. Time is over. The answer is A, it has a dot next to it. A dotted note has a dot next to it. Yay. So if you got that, congratulations, you get a point. So how many beats are there in a dotted minimum? We looked at this earlier. So it's this, what we've just discovered, it's the regular note plus half of its value. So that might help you to figure it out. So how many beats are there in a dotted minimum? Time started. Will you get it? So time has run out, I'm afraid. But the answer is 3. There are 3 beats in a dotted minimum. Hey, it's keyboard Katie. So if you got that, well done. If not, or you just want to check how you did it, we'll go through it again. So regular minimum is 2 beats, as we remember. But we've put a dot next to it. So it's no longer 2 beats. The way we figure it out is 2 beats for the regular minimum, and then it's half the value for the dot, which is 1 beat, and it becomes 3 beats. So that's how the dotted rhythm works. Okay, so how many beats? Ooh, sorry about that. How many beats are there in a dotted semi-breve? Which is quite a hard thing to say. Dotted semi-breve, dotted semi-breve. Anyway, how many beats are there in a dotted semi-breve? Time starts now. So it's the same principle, just getting used to using it. Okay, so time is up. The answer is 6. 6 beats, that's a lot of beats. You don't really see many dotted semi-breves. It's quite cool. Yay. Yay. So if you got that, congratulations, you got a point. So how we did that, we got a regular semi-breve, that's 4 beats, usually takes up a whole bar. And then we've put the dot on it, next to it, as we remember correctly. Hey. So it's no longer 4 beats. It is 4 beats for the regular semibreve, then half of the value, 2 beats for the dot, and together it makes 6 beats. Sorry, 6 beats. Okay, so you should get to grips with how we're using dotted notes now. So what is arrest? Is it A, getting caught by the police? Is it B, a sleeveless shirt? Or is it C, a note indicating silence? Time starts now. That's one of the funniest jokes I've made. No, it's not, it's very bad. I'm very sorry. So time is up. The answer is C, a silent note, or a note indicating silence. So if you got that, congratulations, you get a point. Oh yeah. So what is this rest on the screen called? I know we didn't really look at these much, but can you remember it? It's just to get in your head, so don't worry if you don't get it, straight away. So is it A, a crotchet rest, a B, a quaver rest, or C, a semi-breve rest? Okay, time starts now. Can you remember it? If you've written it down, feel free to check your notes. That's if it's going to help you learn. Definitely make some notes. So the answer is A, is a crotchet rest. So if you got that, well done, you get a point. So if you remember on the screen, it's in the green box which we've put crotchets in. So it's the same value as a crotchet, which is 1 beat. So it's a crotchet rest. So what is this rest called on the screen? Okay, so the line is higher than the bar, if that helps. Okay, so your time starts now. Is it A, a semi-breve rest, B, a quaver rest, or C, a minim rest? Okay, the answer is A, it was a semi-breve rest. And how we know that? The line is higher than the bar, so it's higher value than the minim rest. So congratulations if you got that, well done. There it is there, semi-breve rest. So what note has the same length value as this rest? Is it A, B, or C? Can you remember? A, B, or C? Can you remember? So time is nearly up, and the answer is B. It is a quaver rest, if you remember that. Well done if you do.
Yay.
So congratulations, you get a point. So a quaver is the same value of this quaver rest, and that's half a beat. So well done if you're remembering these. If not, if it's getting it into your head, that's what matters. How many beats are there in this rest here? Okay, so look where the line is compared to the bar. Look what else is going on. You tell me. So how many beats are there in this rest? Time is up. The answer is 3. There are 3 beats in this rest.
Yay.
So congratulations if you got that. So we're going to use the same principle as before. It's a minim rest because the line's lower value, and that's equal to 2 beats. But we've put a dot next to it. What does that mean? It's no longer 2 beats. So you've got your 2 beats for your minim, and then you add in another half of that, which is 1 beat because of the dot, and it becomes 3 beats. 1 or 2. I'm very good at maths. So brilliant, good job everyone. So if you're struggling with that, feel free to pause it. Feel free to take like a screenshot or something. It's worth having these things down to remember it. So why do we use dotted rhythms and rests and things? So without them, we've got this rhythm here that we could have done last week, and that sounds like this. So I just have to check it in my head before I start. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So we can make that into a bit of a melody with that rhythm if you want. So be. I'm sorry. 2, 3, 4. So I'm just using that for an example so we can see why it might be good. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to change it up. So before it was now I've changed it up. So you can see here I've got a dotted crotchet and a dotted minim in there, and I've also got a rest at the end and on the third beat. So what that sounds like now is a 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry. You can see how it kind of develops the rhythm further. So if you're playing them together, it will sound like this. So you can see it kind of adds more variety. There's more to listen to there, and that makes it a bit more of a complex rhythm. There's more to kind of get your ears around. Okay, so if I wanted to take this note and join it with this note in the length, you might think, oh yeah, I'll just get a new note, boom, put it over it, and it will just go over the bars. Sadly, if you do that, a mean woman will come down and say no to you. You're not allowed to do that. The music people say no, sadly. So then the reason that is because there's one bar here and there's another bar. So if you have a note that is going longer than the bar, the amount of time left in the bar, you can't just use a longer note because there needs to be a certain amount of beats in a bar. So when I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, if there's a note that starts on the 4 but it's not finished by the time it gets to the 1, then we can't just use a longer note. So what do we do there? So we've got the original rhythm here, and now that lady has been really mean, so she's built a brick wall to stop you doing that. So every time you try and get through it, you can't do it. So what we need is a tie, a thing called a tie. Okay. So what a tie is, it joins two notes of the same pitch. It's a symbol we use, and it will join two notes of the same pitch. So it will become the length of both of those notes added together, if that makes sense. So if you've got one note of one beat and one note of two beats, and you tie them together, as long as they're the same pitch, it'll become one note of three beats. Okay, so I'll go into that a bit more. So we've got these two notes here, note A and note B. This mean lady is building lots of walls. She's Donald Trump over here. She loves to build the walls. Okay, but these notes don't want to be A and B. They want to be A and A. They want to be who they are, their authentic selves, because they get on so well. And it's making them really sad they can't be on the same wavelength of each other because of this big wall in the way. So what we do, we use this symbol. This is the tie here, and what that does, it means they're joined together as one note. So now they are both note A. They're the same note now, the same length, adding the lengths of the notes together. And now they're happy. Congratulations. Look how happy they are. So that's what a tie does. It will join the two notes, and it can go over the end of the bars to join together. So if we wanted to do that, we go back to how we were before, and now we've got these two notes again. We want to join them together, and we can use this. So you go. So we've got our tie here, and now everyone is happy. That's how you can make it work. So the screen is going dark already. Goodness gracious. That means one thing. It's already game time. I've gone straight into it. Going straight into it today. So, can you play this rhythm on the screen? We've got some dotted notes here. We'll play it together. So have a bit of a practice, and then we'll play it together as usual. So play this rhythm on the screen. Time starts now. Okay. You can clap it, or you can play it on the piano. So time is up. We're going to play that together. It should sound like this. So here's the rhythm again. And we'll play it like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I might play that a bit faster. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you got that, well done. Congratulations. Here we go. You get the point. Well done. So it's quite good. You're getting used to using dotted rhythms here. Because we've got the dotted rhythm, it makes it 3 beats and it can add it up like that. So I want you to play this rhythm on the screen, okay? So it looks like quite a lot, but don't worry, you can do this. Time starts now. We'll do it together as well. Okay. Can you get it? So time is nearly running out. We're going to play this rhythm together now. You ready? It should sound like this. Here it is on the screen. So we'll go nice and slow again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and sorry. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Is that right? I think I've done that wrong. I'm very sorry. I'm really sloppy today. I've not slept at all. I'm really sorry. So it's like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. That's correct. Yay. So if you got that, congratulations, you get a point. Okay. Which of these is the matching rhythm to what I am about to play? I need to make sure I've got the right one I'm doing. I believe it. Okay. Which one is it? So I'll play it now. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's correct. Sorry. I am very sloppy today. I'm really sorry. So I'll play that again. Time starts now and I'll play it along. So I'll play it a few times. Try and go through it with each one. See which one you think is right. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so the answer was A. Thank God I played the right one. It sounded like this again. So if we go back, yeah, it sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you got that, congratulations, you get a point. Don't worry if you're struggling a bit. These are quite hard questions, and it's just something you have to practice. It's something you got to practice to get better at. So it's one of those things like just being thrown in a bit, and once you get on more and more used to your rhythm, you'll be able to do it a lot easier. Probably better than me today. Okay, so here is the rhythm, and this is what it sounded like. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So well done. Okay, so which one here is the matching rhythm? Okay, is it? It was that one. Okay, so it sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'll play that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Which one was that? It's quite complicated, so don't worry if you're struggling at all. Time starts now. I'll play it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So look at the rests, listen for the gaps in the sound, and see which one makes sense. Can you get it? So the answer is C. It was C. Yay. So if you got that, congratulations, you get a point. So I'll play it now, try and follow it with me. I'll do it really slow so you can count along. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can really hear how the rests are making the rhythm quite interesting. They add something to it that you don't really get before. So congratulations if you got that. So when might you use more complex rhythms? Is it A, to develop a pre-existing rhythm, Is it B, to complement other instruments that are playing, or is it C, you just like the way it sounds? Which one? 10 seconds starts now. Why might you use a more complex rhythm? Okay, so time is up. The answer is all of the above, plus more. There's no real right reason to do it, but they are some reasons why you might. So congratulations if you got that. You get a point. You might have 3 points, who knows. But yeah, it's your, I guess, best thing about music is it's kind of art. It's always your kind of interpretation. Whatever you like the sound of is what is sounding right. That's always the case. No one can really take that away from you. You can always develop it, learn more things to try, but you've always got this sense of what you think sounds nice, and that's why music's so great. I think it's so accessible for a lot of people. So, when can you not change a note's value to extend its length? Okay, is it A, on Christmas Day? Is it B, when the note exceeds the room left in the bar? Or is it C, when the bar exceeds the room left in the note? A, B or C? Time starts now. It's A. No, it's not. No, it might be. Who knows? Okay, so time is nearly running out. The answer is B. So it's when the note exceeds the room left in the bar. Yay. So if you got that, congratulations, you get a point. So remember, if there's a brick wall in the way, the note can't go that far. So what can you use to solve this solution? Say you've got 2 bars and you want to make a note go further. What are you going to use? Are you A, going to use bleach? Are you going to bleach your hair and get some hair gel? Are you B, going to get a flame shirt and sunglasses? Or C, use a tie? Which one is it? A, B or C? Bleach your hair and gel it up, buy a flame shirt, get some sunglasses, or use a tie? The answer is C. Right on. There he is, Guy Fieri. I think that's really funny. I'm really sorry. Yeah. So C is use a tie. You don't have to dress like Guy Fieri, but you can if you want. So what is a tie? Is it A, a symbol used to skip a note? Is it B, a symbol that joins 2 notes of the same pitch? Or is it C, driving a 60-mile round trip to test your eyesight? Time starts now. One of these is definitely wrong. Can you see which one it is? So political. So time is up. The answer is B. So if you got that, congratulations. A tie is a symbol that is used to join 2 notes of the same pitch. That's very. So what I mean by that as well, it can join a C and a C, the same C. But if you had a note of a C and an F, the tie would not join them as 2 notes. So good job, congratulations. So, today we're going to look at Stevie Wonder's Superstition. Here he is here, Stephen Wonders. Yeah, Stevie Wonder. This is a great song. You've probably heard this before. The way he plays it is quite different. So on the recording, he's actually playing about 12 keyboard parts at the same time. We don't have to do that. We don't have enough hands. But he plays it on this keyboard called a HOHNER CLAVINET. A HOHNER CLAVINET, I think it's called. And it's kind of an electric piano that was used in the sort of 70s. I think it came out 60s or 70s. And it's kind of like how you have like electric guitars and acoustic guitars. This is kind of like what it is to a piano. So it's not exactly a keyboard. It's like you're playing a piano and then it's taking the sound and you can amplify it. And it sounds a bit like this. So it's got a really funky sound to it, which I really like. It's quite good. And you might have that on your keyboard as well. That's why I've brought it up. So if you look through your sounds, it might be called clavi, it might be called D6, it might just be called clavinet. But yeah, have a look. You might find this sound. It's cool. I love it. But yeah, so Stevie Wonder Superstition. This is in the key of E flat minor, which is quite a scary key, especially when you look at the notes. We've even got a C flat in there. But I promise you, it's not that hard. It looks more complicated than it is. Don't let that put you off at all. The verse, there's only one chord you can use, and in the chorus we're using 4 chords which are going up stepwise, so you'll be able to do it definitely. Okay, so the chords we're using are E flat minor, and then we're going to use B flat, B, A and A flat minor, and we'll go through that now. So we're going to do the verse. We're going to take our left hand, doo-loo-loo. I've labelled them this time so I've got them the right way around, and this is the rhythm we're going to play. So it sounds a bit like this. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2. So it's like 4. 1, 2, 3. It's really hard. I'm really sorry. Not my day today. Okay, so it's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. I'm really sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. That was it. That's what it sounds like all together. Might be. But we're just going to play it with our left hand. So it's one note. I play it with my third finger. You can play it with whatever finger you want, and it just sounds like that. It's got a bit of rhythm to it. It's got a funky rhythm to it. And we're just playing that all the way through it. Really simple. So I told you not to worry about it. It's a really simple song when you think about it. And the reason there's only he gets away with using just one chord throughout all of the verse is because he's got such complicated rhythms and textures going on. So that's another reason why you might use more complicated rhythms. It can kind of add things to listen to, and you don't have to use other sources of things. So you don't have to use lots and lots of chords. You can just add lots and lots of rhythms and stay on the same chord, and it still sounds interesting. So we're going to look at our right hand now. Doodaloo. This is the rhythm it goes. It's like a okay. So it sounds like these are the notes on the screen, and you're following that rhythm. So it's 1, 2. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, we've got 4 bars here, and we're going to play it like this. So they're the notes. As you see, there's a divider. The notes in each box relate to the corresponding rhythm. So I'll play it and we'll get it together. So we'll do it bar by bar. The first bar's rhythm sounds like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So go with that together, and we'll put the notes in, and it sounds like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1. You just go in between those two notes. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. That's it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. So if you get the bass note and that, you see how it kind of they clash together. It's complex rhythms working together. So the second bit sounds like this. So you got that's the rhythm. So you go in total. They're the notes on the screen. You follow in that. So it's E flat, D flat, E flat, and then you're going up to E flat, E flat, D flat, E flat. So you add them together, and then you got the easiest one of all, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. You're just playing that. You might notice as well, everything, all the notes we're using in this are all black keys, which is quite an easier way to navigate an E flat minor scale. There's only like two notes which aren't on the black keys, but we're not using any of them, which is fantastic. So that's what it sounds like. And then we've got the last bar, and it sounds like this. It's the same rhythm as the second one, and it's just exactly the same. So the second and the fourth bar are exactly the same, and we're playing that on loop. So to get all together, it sounds like this. So you can hear how it sounds like that. And now we're going to play both of them together, left hand and right hand. So remember, you got your, and we're putting it in together. 3, 4. And it's quite hard, especially if you're just starting to kind of put these two rhythms together, because they're both quite complicated rhythms, and it's quite hard to play it without knowing what it sounds like. So once you've got it though, you'll be able to do it. So don't worry if you're struggling. You'll play it with me. I'll do it really slow, and it will sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so you hear that, and now, oh, there we go. Should have got rid of these transitions, but it's nice anyway. So now we're going to look at the chorus with our left hand. So the way we do this, it's dum da dum da. It follows that rhythm. Bum bum. So this is quite a staccato section as well, so it's kind of. So you play that with your third finger, and then we go up to the B. Same again. And then you go back down to the B flat and do the same again. And then you go to an A, play that with your fourth finger, and then you just hold an A flat. That's meant to say A flat minor. Corrected it to Abby. It always does that. It's kind of nice. And then you do this on the last one. So it's quite a complicated rhythm, as you see, but when you play it all together, you can hear it, and it doesn't sound too bad. So all together, it sounds like. 3, 4. Which is cool. So play that all together. So sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what it sounds like. Okay. So the way to kind of get your head around that, just goes B flat, up, down, 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 B flat. So we look at the chorus. So we're just playing the chords, so we're playing the same rhythm this time. We're not playing two different rhythms with our hands, so it might be easier. And they're all in their first position. So we're going to go. And then up to the B. Back down to B flat. And then to A. Oh, sorry. Then your A flat minor. And then you go for the B flat. Brilliant. So I might have gone through that a bit fast, I'm sorry, I'll go through it slower. So you start off with the B flat. Okay, and it goes. So you're playing B flat, D and F. Then you're going up to B, which is B, E flat and G flat. Back down to B flat. Then you're going to A, which is A, D flat and A. Then you're going A flat minor. It's the only minor chord in this section. So that is A flat, B and E flat. Okay. And then you go back to the B flat for the end. And you put them together. So let's try and play them together. That's the rhythm at the bottom. You might be able to just hear it, but it's just there if you wanted to have a sort of a sheet. You wanted to take a sheet with you, take a screenshot or something, or pause it and you've got it in front of you if you need it. So it sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I'll play it a bit slower. 1, 2, 3, 4. Brilliant. So we're going to try and put them all together, believe it or not. This is the structure of that. So it starts with the intro, and we're just going to play the verse on what we played. Then we're going to do a verse, chorus, and then we're going to play an outro. I'm going to play guitar so I can sing along, and then you've got something to practice with. If you're not quite ready, feel free to pause the video, get yourself up to speed. Either one's fine. But if you are, feel free to carry on. So we're going to start with the intro. So we're just going to play. Okay, so you play that. And I need to find where an E flat is. It's this, I believe. Here it is. So it's E flat minor, actually, I've got that wrong. So 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, three. So I'm going to the verse. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Very superstitious. Writings on the wall. Very superstitious. Ladder's about to fall. 13-month-old baby broke the looking glass. 7 years of bad luck. The good things in your past. Now we're going into the chorus, and it sounds like this. If when you believe in things that you don't understand, then you suffer. Superstition ain't the way. And then we go hold on to the E for a bit. E flat, and it sounds like that. And we'll come in second. And now. Very superstitious. Nothing more to say. Very superstitious. The devil's on his way. 13-month-old baby broke the looking glass. 7 years of bad luck. Good things in your past. Sorry. And then we get into the chorus. So 1, 2, 3. When you believe in things that you don't understand, then you suffer. Superstition ain't the way. And then you're just going to play your keyboard part over that, and it'll sound like that. Sorry. so I'll play that again because I've played that very scruffily, and I'm sure you want to play it properly because it's a good song. It's a really good song. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very superstitious writings on the wall. Very superstitious ladders about to fall. 13-month-old baby broke the looking glass. 7 years of bad luck, good things in your past. Chorus. When you believe in things that you don't understand, then you suffer. Superstition ain't the way. And then we've got the break. Sorry. Very superstitious, nothing more to say. Very superstitious, the devil's on his way. 13-month-old baby broke the looking glass. 7 years of bad luck, good things in your past. Chorus. And when you believe in things that you don't understand, then you suffer. Superstition ain't the way. And you just play out. Brilliant. So yeah, that's fantastic. Superstition by Stevie Wonder. And because this song is played with so many different parts, feel free to change it. I play things like so you can always change it up, and I'm sure he does it live. I'm sure he did it when he was recording. He'll mix it up. So, well done. Coming to an end of the session. Today, we can say we know what a dotted note is. We know what rests are. We can name, read, and use dotted notes and rests. We can play, read, and write out more complex rhythms than last week. We know about ties and how to use them, and we can play the song Superstition by Stevie Wonder. So that's a lot of stuff. That's quite a complicated lesson we've done. That's quite a harder lesson than more of an easy beginner's lesson. I'd say we're pushing into the sort of midway point. It's quite a good thing. You're getting quite good at doing this if you're keeping up. So as I say every week, I want you to practice a few minutes every day. 15 minutes a day is better than 2 hours, then putting it off. And play even if you don't know what you're doing. By now you know quite a lot. So you're probably I'm sure you've been playing things that aren't just in these lessons. Good thing to do if you want to play this, just use the black notes and just kind of have fun. So you can kind of make it up. You don't have to know what you're doing. If you like what it sounds like and you're enjoying it, just do it. It's cool. And then I want you to comment songs you might want to learn in the future. That's really great. Any other comments as well would be great. Subscribe to the channel. It's a really good channel. There's other people doing similar courses, people teaching drumming. If you want to learn more about rhythm, watch the drumming. Even if you're not a drummer, it's quite nice. It's a good way of learning about rhythm. Make some drummer friends. Drummer friends are really fun. You can just jam with them all the time. So like the video, comment anything you want to know, comment any questions you might have, and subscribe to the channel. That'd be great as well. Thank you very much. So I will see you next week. Here's me as Guy Ferrari. I hope you enjoy. But yeah, well done today. Sorry if I've had some sloppy moments. I'm really struggling with my sleeping. but I'm okay, don't worry. But yeah, thank you very much for tuning in. I'll see you next week. It'll be Friday at 4 PM. Hopefully it won't crash this week. But yeah, thank you very much for joining in. I'll see you next week. Toodaloo.